Happy Friday. Happy Friday, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all come on in this morning. Come on in. My name is Cheryl Grabowski. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the channel, guys. This is a place of introspection. I call it a life class because we be talking about a lot of what's going on in life. And of course, like my personality is a big part of the channel. What's up, Garner, in the building? How you doing, girl? What is that purple thing? Oh, it's you're a member of the channel. Is that what it stands for? Hey, girl. Good morning. Don't forget to hit the like button, sugar. Don't forget to hit the like. Good morning. What's going on, Latanya, in your world today, girl? It is Friday. I'm so glad it's Friday. I'm so glad. This has been a trying week. Just like yesterday. I don't know what's going on. It's 5 people in the building. Good morning, guys. I don't know. I just saw it. What's up, Dara? Good morning. How you doing? Latanya, yeah, girl, I've been going live early in the morning all week. Early, like before 7. Yep. What's up, Dara? How you doing? It's 7 people in here. No likes yet. No likes at all. Can y'all like the video? Hit the screen. Thumbs up the live. Girl, I haven't been to sleep since yesterday. This back is giving me hell. Oh, no. Good morning. This is Caleb O'Neill. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a good... Is it today Thursday or Friday, y'all? Is it Thursday? I thought it was Friday. I told y'all it's been a trying week. I am so crazy. Is it Thursday? It's Dara said, LOL, sure, it is Thursday. Y'all know I do this shit all the time. What's up? I am Iron Man. Good morning. Hey, Ariel. Good morning. So damn, it's Thursday. Okay. I just clocked in down here where I work at, and they're listening to like cookout music. So I automatically thought it was... I'm serious. They're listening to cookout music. I'm like, oh my goodness. What y'all doing this morning? Good morning. Getting ready for work, Ariel says. What's up, Caleb in the building? Good morning, guys. Good morning. I'm just looking back here at the folks back here trying to figure out what they're doing. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. How are you feeling? Well, Caleb, how do I act like I'm feeling? What am I giving? What am I giving? What do you see? How do I sound? Y'all copy the link. I know it's an early morning live, but I still want viewers. Copy the link. Copy the link. I was browsing on the internet last night. I saw a whole lot. Y'all want to talk about it? I don't want to go to work today. I know, Ariel. I know. I need a 30-day vacation. Really. Yep, I've been on the internet streets. I did some, I woke up. I went to bed early, by the way. And I woke up at 1 a.m. So I started watching some news. It's been a long time. I started watching some news. I heard some juicy stuff going on. What's up, Macy Anderson? Can y'all hit the like? Hit the like. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget. I think it's the wig that's giving me energy. I think what it is. I am taking my vacation next week. Where are you going? Okay, I guess the trolls are here. So listen, in the YouTube streets last night and on the news this morning, y'all, MAGA is mad with MAGA is mad with Trump. MAGA is mad. It's so funny. It's so funny. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? MAGA mad. MAGA is mad with Trump. They are saying, listen, until you come clean with you and Epstein and what y'all were doing with them girls. Somebody told me to look at, what's up, Bree Bree? Somebody, Cali girl told me to look at some big recall on something. Do y'all know about a recall? It was a recall that took place yesterday. But I mean, on my phone, I see a recall every day. It's annoying. I don't trust. Listen, at this point, let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all about me. I'm telling y'all, two people I don't trust: the FDA and the G earn mint. The G earn mint. Don't trust. The judicial system too. Don't trust. I've learned a lot in 2025. And what I've learned in 2025, don't trust the FDA, the G earn mint. Don't trust them people. And the judicial system. Don't trust. Is someone gonna get that Lucifer out the chat? We don't. I ain't worried about them. That's why when you ignore them, they leave. You say the viewership just went down to 5. You know, because I'm a professional streamer. I don't have to block them. I just don't talk to them. We love God. Rebuke you in the name of Jesus. What is it? I don't know what's going on. Oh, you talking about the 666. Those are trolls. They're just looking for a rise. But no, I don't know. So if there's a recall on something, all the food should be recalled. Because all of it, with all those chemicals, are not good for our bodies. None of it is. That's how I feel. Those folks do anything for the mighty dollar. They don't care. They don't care. They put all kinds of CANCER in our food, in our water. They don't care. Y'all know. I've been researching going to other countries and how clean their food is. They might not have a good waste system. You know, they don't come pick up their trash like we pick up our trash and stuff like that. And I don't like that. Like, I don't like that. Like, I will have a problem with seeing piles of trash, you know what I'm saying, and smelling it. You know, like we have our landfills and stuff like that. You know, because I've lived in the city all my life. Even though my house is 15 minutes from downtown Raleigh, but still, trash people come and pick up my trash. Like, I don't burn trash in my yard. But anyway, I don't trust nothing that they do. They are horrible. America needs empaths in charge. America needs empathic people with good common sense and education in charge. We need to get rid of narcissists. Narcissists in the government. Narcissists in the medical field. Narcissists in corporations. Narcissists in government. We need to get rid of them. They do not care. And our society, and I didn't know the live was going to go this way, but I might as well go ahead on with it. Our society is 90-something% narcissistic. And no wonder people say America is all about the dollar. Well, yeah, because it's certainly not about the people. But the people, it's in the Constitution. We can get rid of and overthrow our G earn mint. We can do that. And when we, empathic people, figure out that we have to turn our empathy off momentarily, temporarily, to put narcissists in their place and let them know that you are mentally ill and you are not capable or suitable to be in these positions. And that is the whole problem of the United States. That's it right there. So we found out with this, with our, what do you call it? We found out with our administration that we got now about what it looks like in real life and in real color when narcissists are in control. You know, like yesterday we had a biblical talk, so we'll use the biblical, the Bible for reference. So when you think about Egypt, the Pharaoh and the slaves, and when Moses found out that he wasn't a part of he didn't have any Egyptian blood in him, but that he came from the lineage of the slave, and we saw how Pharaoh and them worked their slaves to the bone, just like America did their slaves. And that's how America has accumulated all the narcissists, put slaves in the fields. And do you remember all the things that they did to them? Just like Egypt and their slaves, you know what I'm saying? And then Egypt was a very wealthy place. So you're talking about powerful, dominant, narcissistic people who find and exploit and who capture empathetic, kind people. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's the problem. That's the whole problem. And in 2024, we got 2025, we got too many people in this world who do not understand and who do not care, because narcissism is an epidemic right now in the United States of America. It's an epidemic. It's out of control. And that's what's wrong with our country. That's what's wrong with the government. That's what's wrong with the FDA. That's what's wrong with our medical society. So anyway, I just want you to know that, because they don't care about people. And it's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing. Because, you know, I think about, you know, how, you know, over the course of time, because I have these conversations with other people, and I say, you know, just like, for instance, if the sun decided not to shine, or if something catastrophic happened, say for instance, a massive earthquake. Say for instance, United States had an earthquake, and half of our country was affected by the earthquake. Bridges and roads and all kinds of stuff like that stopped. What will we do then? What will we do? Do you see what I'm saying? And I feel like that Earth is a living thing, right? Earth is a living thing like we are. Of course it lives. Because if the earth was dead, then we wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? Because there would be no water, woo and all that. Okay. So, I feel like just like our body corrects itself, I think the earth will just correct itself one day. You know what I'm saying? Because we as humans, I know what'll heal our world. What'll heal our world is empaths understanding who they are and what they came here to do. And empaths to understand, I feel like what's going on is that empaths really need to understand you cannot be empathetic to a demon or a low vibrational person. You can't do it. You can't give them empathy. What's up, Terrell? You can't give a toxic person or a demonic person or a low vibrational person, you can't give them empathy. You gotta give them correction. You can't do it. I feel like too. We're gonna tie this into the morning live from yesterday, because I've really been thinking about this. I've really been thinking. You can't give them empathy. The Bible is the biggest crutch to narcissists. Yeah, it's a crutch to narcissistic people, and I'm gonna tell you why. When there are scriptures, there's a scripture that's written that if you ask for forgiveness, when you ask for forgiveness, if you can ask for forgiveness every day, and then your God forgives you, then why is there any need for you to change? And the church has taught this for years, and I think it resonates with narcissistic people, because empaths don't need to ask God for forgiveness every day. They don't need to. They know how to treat people. They're not exploiting people. They're not planning to take people down. They're not planning for people's demise. They're not doing those things. They're happy with tomatoes and the sun shining, and they don't have to have all the money in the world. They just want to be comfortable, and they'll help others. They don't need forgiveness. I was really, really, really thinking about this the other day, and I want you guys to think about it. Whoever wrote that, I hate to tell you, but that's a narcissistic idea. It really is. The only thing you have to do is repent daily. Who needs to repent daily? Who needs to do that? Somebody who wants all the benefits of a good God and don't have to change their behavior. That's who. Empathetic people are not worried about an angry God doing anything bad to them. They're not worried about that. The only thing they see is a loving God. It's the other ones that need the forgiveness. So I feel like that Bible scripture, you guys, listen, this is a thought-provoking channel. You need to think about that. Because, for instance, I'll give you an example. Goodbye, Diver Down. Have a good day, darling. Have a good day. See you the next time. So listen, I want you guys to think about who is so attracted to forgiveness every day. I've got people in my life that I know in real life, and I know for sure that they're narcissists. They spit the Bible out more than anybody. They subscribe to Bible scriptures more than anybody. And I just want to say right now, when it comes to the idea of forgiveness, it's a narcissistic idea. It is. Because it's basically saying I can do whatever I want. I can do it however I want. And the only thing I have to do is ask for forgiveness. And God will forgive me, give me a great life, and then let me come to his heaven. And then what I'll do is I'll tear the heaven up too. Because there's no consequence for that which I do that's wrong. Good morning. Oh, it's okay, girl. Going back to bed. I'm doing content for the channel. Yeah. You got to really, this is a thought-provoking channel. If you say to the narcissist, for example, let's talk to the narc. Even though you go into your niece's bedroom, she's 8 years old. Even though you go in there and you pull her pants down and you touch her private parts, when you get done that Saturday night, when you get up in the morning, only thing you have to do is ask for forgiveness. Lord, forgive me for my sin because I'm a wretch undone. And then you go right on into church and you lift up clean hands now because your hands are clean. Because you just asked God for forgiveness. Church is full of narcissists. Oh, they're going to go to church. They're going to rep the Bible. They're going to rep Jesus. They're going to do that. They're going to repent every day. They're going to do that because they want to be safe. Not only is it narcissistic, but it's just pure mental illness. That no matter what you do, you just ask God for forgiveness and He forgives you and give you a clean slate. Who needs forgiveness every day from a God? Who needs that? Who needs it? I can't even tell you the last time I thought about God forgiving me for something that I did or said. That's not even a part of my psyche anymore. God knows me. What do I need to ask Him for forgiveness for every day? It's narcissistic. No wonder narcissists are completely attracted to the church world. No wonder they fill up the pews. No wonder they are right there beside empathetic people hiding what they do by repenting of their sin every day. And then the mental illness is after you've repented of your sin, then you go right in there with people that wouldn't dare do a thing like that, and they love you and hug on you and tell you that God loves you. But you are doing the most damnable thing imaginable. Why wouldn't narcs hang out with church folks? Why wouldn't they? And then church folk, because I'm a church folk say, well, we're going to let the wheat and the tare grow together, they say. You know, God knows I know what they say. I'm a church folk. We're going to let the wheat and the tare, or we're going to let the good person and the bad person grow together. That's what they say. But if that same Christian owned their own business and they had 5 cashiers and 2 cashiers were stealing $100 out of the register every night and they could prove it, they would fire both of them. But in the church world, there's no consequence. Do y'all see what I'm getting at? Hey, they say don't get the police involved because we don't deal with the world. They do, Betty. They do. Don't get the police involved. So what do we say about narcissists? Don't they teach that narcissists are lawless? They do not obey the law. So when the church people say don't call the police, that's that lawless spirit in them. That's the lawlessness. Oh, we could tie it all in together. Trust me and believe me. Y'all, welcome to the channel. My name is Cheryl Kowalski. And if you don't like being here, then just leave. Because we're doing content today for the channel. Okay? It's a breeding ground for narcissists. And so is the concept of forgiveness. I can go right in that bedroom and I can do the damnedest things to those children. And I just ask for forgiveness because God is a forgiving God, right? Right? Huh? So now we're going to tie the mental illness into it. Right. What's up, Rasta Charlie? It's been a long time since I've seen you. Right. So I didn't even respond to that. You can respond to it if you want, Rasta Charlie. I didn't, because I don't entertain dum-dums. This is a thought-provoking channel. I don't entertain dum-dums. I'm not doing that. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so no, that is the most attractive thing to a mentally ill, narcissistic person that they can repent every day and God forgive them. No wonder horrific things happen in ministry. You know, I wish, I really do. And, you know, me and my coach, we had a big tiff about this. Happy to see you too. About me saying, this is me, this is not her. She don't even really co-sign this, right? But she and I are not the same person. So this is me. You have to turn your empathy off. That really rubbed her the wrong way. No, Cheryl, no. Yes, yes, yes. You have, because see, I know I've been around, and I told y'all that when I do my intro. You remember I used to do my intro? Good morning, guys. My name is Cheryl Grabowski. I come from a narcissistic family. I myself have narcissistic traits. Me and my children are healing from narcissistic abuse. And we're all on our journey. You remember I used to tell y'all that, okay? So I know for sure that when it comes to narcissists, you have to turn your empathy off. You have to lay the axe at the root of the tree and cut it down from the root. You have to cut them off. You can't say, oh, pitiful narcissist, I feel sorry for you. What's up, James? Because when you turn your back, they do not have a good moral compass or a moral GPS. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't work right. So when you turn your back, they're going to stab you in it every time. They're going to hurt children every time. They're going to exploit people all the time. And then they're going to cry victim every time. Because part of the reason why they cry victim is because something happened to them when they were young. Could have been emotional, mental, psychological neglect or abandonment. Could have been physical hurt and harm. Who knows? Something awful happened. They were victims at one point. But then somewhere along the way, they became monsters. Every time, I think some people are decent. Why do people get in relationships and still be talking to other people? I don't understand it. Well, you don't own people, do you? Do you own people? You don't own people. Grown people should be able to talk to whoever they want. You see what I'm saying? You don't own people. I know we were taught that, but you don't own people. Loyalty still exists, right? But you don't chain a person in a relationship. People shouldn't feel chained, bound, suffocated in a relationship. They shouldn't do that. You have two people with two full lives that decide to share their lives together. You don't own people, you don't chain people, you don't do that. That sounds like trauma. I'm not talking about owning anybody. I'm talking about loyalty in a relationship. Well, if a person can't have a conversation with somebody other than you, then that is owning. You don't tell people who they can talk to. You don't do that. I used to feel that way, but I don't anymore because I learned better. You don't do that. We just have to take our chances. Well, I mean, you have to love people where they are, and you have to communicate. But you don't say, you don't think like this, because I love you, then I don't want you to communicate with other people. No, you don't do that. If they're talking to someone else, the relationship is not for you. I know that's not what I'm talking about. You can have a relationship with a person and they still should be able to talk. Do you see what I'm saying? You can talk to a person without violating your relationship. You just have to be grown and mature and smart enough and intelligent enough and own your own. You know what I'm saying? You got to know where the lines are. That's it. But you don't own other people. You don't do that. That's not good. It all depends on the conversation. I'm talking about trying to pursue other people while in a relationship. Oh, okay. You're talking about a person who is like an open relationship. That sounds like an open relationship. What you do is you leave. If that's a deal breaker for you, then just leave. Just walk away. When the narcissists get away with their behavior for a long time, they become a monster. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, thank you, Rasta. Yes. They used to be the victim. They become the monster, but they can't see it. They still, even if they're 55, they still identify with the victim side of them. They do not identify with the monster. They have to do shadow work in order to see the monster. Every preacher, every politician, every CEO needs to do shadow work. If y'all are on this live and y'all have not started your shadow work, then a lot of more than likely you don't see your monster. Like other people see it, but you don't see it. Yeah, of course. I mean, in a way that would make the other person uncomfortable. I'm not talking about talking to friends. I'm talking about talking to other men. Yeah, you one side I can say, well, leave the relationship. Get your feelings together and leave. Leave. Okay? So you're hurting, right? Okay, go heal. Go heal your emotions. Leave. Leave. Your job is not to change a person. Your job is to decide what is a deal breaker with you, what you'll deal with, what you want and what you don't want, but you leave. If a person is being disloyal, they are hurting you, they're not honoring what you feel like is a relationship, then your job is to take your whole anatomy, your whole body, your whole mind, your whole spirit, your whole soul, and go be an adult and go heal. Leave. That's it. That person is not to change their ways in order to make you feel better. I know we've been watching movies for years, and that's what the movies show us, and that's what the church tell us, but that's not what happens. You honor yourself and you leave. Period. This is not a channel for women. Leave. This is a channel for women and men. Nowadays, I asked a friend of mine, I had a conversation with a friend of mine today, right? And I said to him, why are, I'm so glad you brought this up, whoever you are. I said to him, why are men unaliving women with powwows? And we see it a lot on social media. I don't understand that. Well, I do, but I wanted him to tell me what he saw. So then he told me they're doing it because they are emotionally immature. That's what he said. They're doing it because they have not done shadow work. And they are doing it because they don't know what to do with their feelings and emotions, and they're a whole lot toxic and they don't know any better. And that's why they blow their top, because they feel emotional pain. They feel like they have a right to unalive the woman who has hurt them emotionally, and you don't. you leave. You leave. Simple as that. So because the man is emotionally immature and because he has not done his shadow work, he does not know what to do with his emotions. What's up? Good morning. He does not know what to do with his emotions. He's been taught by television, by parents, by church, by movies, that because I saw one guy last night, and he was on Facebook. He unalived a woman, and this is what he said. You need to know, it was very triggering for me. So I'll just say it to you guys, and I hope it's not triggering for you. But he looked into the camera and he said, you better know what you're doing when you get married. You better know what you're doing when you get married. And I'm looking from my living room, the comfort of my living room, up at the television. I was like, oh my God. Marriage to him was hell and a prison sentence. Now let me bring my daughter's logic into it. She's 31. And she and I were talking about millions of women all over the world are deciding not to have a relationship with men. They're deciding to be single and to take all of their life energy and produce the life that they want. To eat where they want, go eat what they want, go where they want, experience life in different countries, just everything. Drive what you want, live just everything. Just take all of that creative juice that a woman would have used to raise children and to support her husband, and just pour all of that energy back to herself. Because nowadays, statistically, your life is in danger being with a man. Because, going back to what my friend said yesterday, because men are emotionally immature, they do not know what to do with their emotions, and they have not done shadow work. That thing that makes them think of taking a powwow and unaliving their woman is laced in what you call ego. What is ego? Ego is the false self. It's not real. You are not it, and it is not you. Goodbye. Goodbye. It is not you. It is not real, and it is not you. It's ego. It's okay for you to apologize first. It's okay for a man to say that he's sorry. It's okay for a man to admit that his goddamn feelings is hurt. It's okay. It's okay for him to know that you prefer another lover, and for him to take everything that's within him and walk away and live life and heal himself and go find a woman who's worthy of the person that he is. It is not for him to take a powwow and unalive that woman. What's up, Boss Man News? Good morning. That's ego. That's the false self. Well, Cheryl Grabowski, if you don't love me and I catch you doing something that because you hurt me, Cheryl. Cheryl, I'm a big grown man, Cheryl. I weigh 220 pounds. You still can see my abs. I can bench press 400 pounds, Cheryl. But you hurt me. I'm going to powwow you. A man is not saying that. A child is saying that. Where's the child, Cheryl? He's on the inside of that man. It's laced in ego. It's emotional pain. That's why he does that. It is not okay. I'm going to say that today, on Thursday, 2025, in the month of July. It's not okay to even mention or to say, I'm going to powwow a woman. If you are a man, are you crazy? But the answer to that question is yes. You are crazy. If it ever even crossed your mind. Oh my goodness. And listen, I'm just going to be honest about emotional pain, because I feel a lot and I've been emotional pained a lot. Emotional pain ain't no joke. It's the worst pain, right? So with your emotional pain and all of my emotional pain, I've never considered, don't put that word in my, don't put the K word in here, y'all. That's what affects the channel negatively. Let me read your comment. Hold on. Ooh, child, this wig is tight, baby. I got to loosen it up. Hold on. Excuse me, y'all. I gotta get a cough drop, honey. Y'all, welcome to my live. Y'all subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. We're having an adult conversation this morning. We're talking about a lot of things, okay? All right. What timeline are we in? Wait a minute. What timeline are we in where even a discussion about killing our romantic partner is normalized? I'm 45, and I was not raised with that even being a part of the discussion. Listen, baby, listen, Robert. Men are saying this now, Robert. Men are not just saying this, Robert. Men are doing this. Men are doing this, Robert. This is a big problem. Now, along with cancer and diabetes, is the unaliving of, these are the biggest threats to women. Statistically, men are up there, a relationship. You're in jeopardy of being unalived as a woman in a relationship in 2025 right here. All right, goodbye. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. So if anybody want to know what the problem is ego. The problem is a lack of emotional intelligence. A lack of emotional intelligence, meaning, what do you do with your emotions when you feel emotional pain, when you're experiencing a breakup, when you find out that your wife 100% ego and emotional maturity for sure. Straight men need to sort it out. I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, that's the problem, and it's not okay. This is an epidemic. Men don't know what to do with their feelings and emotions. And they're not knowing that they're supposed to control it. You know? And getting back to what we were saying earlier too, also religion keeps you from learning what to do emotionally, because it keeps you forever child. So how are you going to grow up? That's why I'm saying a lot of what's going on with us ties right back into religion. And so there needs to be a lot of teaching about the inner world and the development emotionally and mentally of a person, how to grow inwardly in spite of your religion. Because he sat right there. It is a shame, Ruth. That's completely true. He sat right there on that same live. Listen to this, y'all. This is crazy. Hold on for a second, Jesus. He sat right there on that same live, and when he said, you better be careful when you get married. And then the next thing he said was, we're having the discussion. All grown people talk. This is the evolution of a person who's done deep work on themselves. That's me. And some people that are here on my channel. Listen to what I'm saying. Then right after he said that, he said, Lord, forgive me. Forgive me of my sins. He won't. I just got so triggered. Sorry. I just got so fucking triggered. Check this out. So he just asked God, check this out, to forgive him of his sin of unaliving his woman on Facebook. He's asking God to do for him what he wasn't willing to do for her, because he could have forgave her for her indiscretion against him, but he wants to bank on God's forgiveness for him, but he's not willing to give it to her, because if he would have forgave her for what she did, he would have never had to ask God for forgiveness. Do you see where the mental illness is? You see that? Do you see that? He knows that you're supposed to forgive others for what they do to you, according to what he learned in church. But he's not willing to do that. He's not willing to do that. He's willing to unalive her, keep on doing to satisfy his ego, and then he goes back to God and he asks God to forgive him. That's mental illness 101. And going back to the statement that I made earlier about the church stuff, the church literature and the doctrine itself, and a lot of what you learn in church over the pulpit, is mental illness. Period. Just mental illness. They are literally teaching it to you. They're teaching you to do these things. They said, well, sure, we know better than that. But it's some people with their mental capacity that just cannot do that. And that's what the church don't understand. The church don't understand this. You guys are in there preaching to people who are damn near insane, and the Bible is not good for them to even listen to it. And they take no responsibility for it. They take no, and they believe that the preaching of the literature is enough to heal these people, when it won't. It will stir up the most mental illness in the world. Now, this is a fact. I had a client who worked at the biggest mental health hospital in Raleigh, North Carolina. And she told me that. She said, Cheryl, we have a list of churches here. And the church that you mentioned is the number one church on our list for people having mental breakdowns and having to come at the church. Some churches don't care as long as they if anything, they target vulnerable. Damn. You're right about that, Ruth. I need to put y'all down for 1 second because I gotta loosen up this. Amen, King James Bible. We're having a conversation about life. We just happen to be church's part of it. Like you said, they don't care. Well, yeah, especially if the pastor's a narcissist. Why would they care? Good morning, Nikki. Good morning. Especially if the pastor's a narcissist, like, why would they care? Right? See, between the religion, the doctrine, the mental illness, it's just a lot going on. It's a lot. I just want any man on here, just in case you were considering to unalive yourself because a woman hurt your... It just makes me want to curse really bad. Really, seriously. Because a woman hurt your feelings. From where we stand, from where I stand, you're just pathetic and mentally ill and unhealed and unevolved and emotionally immature. Okay? You're gonna jump on her and choke her, beat her up like you a whole man. Like, you're a whole man. So you can whoop her physically, you can beat her up, but you go get a really... Thank you, Ruth. I appreciate that. You go get a real serious weapon that goes all the way through her flesh and bones, and causes her body to leak its wonderful God-given fluid that was put in there, where her family will be traumatized until they die because your goddamn feelings is hurt. And then you call yourself a man. You call yourself the leader. Y'all can see why it's triggered for me. I mean, y'all can see why. When I spoke to the guy that I was talking to yesterday, and he came right out and said it, Cheryl, it's ego, Cheryl. Grabowski, that's crazy. It's crazy, boss. Boss is crazy. I'm gonna leave this live stream up. I just won't, I'm gonna put it in the title. Because sometimes we don't title the video. You know what I mean? I don't. Because I do live streams. So, we talk about lots of different things. But I'm going to title this video because this is fucking ridiculous. And for women who are raising your sons, I have 3. We've got to start grooming our sons for emotional intelligence, because if not, they are turning into the monsters that will unalive people's daughters. Thank you, Robert. Have a good day. They're turning into the monsters that will unalive people's daughters, y'all, and it's not right. Anyway, hold on for 1 second, y'all. I'm still here. I can see what y'all are saying. Return it, make the visual available in just a couple minutes. We've got to work on emotional intelligence with these men. They've got to stop. They've got to stop unaliving women because of their feelings are hurt. They need to find counselors and psychologists that can help them with their emotions. So between the emotions and the ego, it's just gotten out of hand. We've seen so many people unalive, so many men unalive their women on social media, and they document it. They literally, they document it. They go live and they tell you that they've done it or they're getting ready to do it. They tell you why. They're not able to say, well, listen, the reason why I'm going to unalive her is because I'm embarrassed. I'm shamed. I don't want my friends to know that she cheated on me. I feel emotionally some type of way and I can't control my feelings. So I'm going to have to get her back. And the way that I'm going to get her back is I'm going to unalive her, because that makes sense to me. The fuck? Doesn't make any sense at all. They should start giving them the death penalty. Don't even take them to court. If you get mad, get in your feelings, and you go unalive a person because they don't want to be with you no more, they should have a special place at the back of the jail for you. In the same way, you show her no mercy. And he gonna sit there, and the one I saw gonna sit there and ask God to forgive him for his damn sin. And you done sit there and unalive that woman like that. God ain't gonna forgive you for nothing. And the next universe you go to ought to be the worst one, and you ought to have the most trouble for your next life turn. And I think that's what happens with people. I don't think they go to hell and burn in no lake of fire. I think they go live another experience that was 50 times worse than the one that they had here until they learn better. that nobody told you to pick up a powwow and to unalive a woman that's with 3 children. Oh my God, it just makes no sense. I'm so triggered. With 3 children that are gonna go through and they're gonna hurt because your goddamn feelings is hurt with your big dumb ass. I'm sorry, Lord. Damn. Excuse me, y'all. Just done got on my nerves so bad. It's so stupid. It does trigger something inside of me. It does. It triggers anger and hatred. And if I was a judge, and if I could change the law, we would take him outside, right outside the jail. He would not go to a therapist for healing. Because what I know that monster that caused him to do it, it's not going to go anywhere. It's still going to be there. And if you put him in jail for 15 years and he get out, when he come out, he going to do the same thing. So what we would do, we just take him in the back and just just end his life lease. Because he had no business doing that. Sorry. I wouldn't have eye for eye mentality to the extreme. Damn right. We were going to end it. We were going to end it right now. If everything within you 45 years old, and that's the best conclusion you come to, and then you go on you go on Facebook to document it and to justify it, then you pray a prayer and you ask God to forgive you for the sin. But you wouldn't forgive her for her indiscretion, but you want God to forgive you. The fuck is wrong with you? No, you would not go to no prison and eat and sleep and not pay bills and fuck. No, you would go outside the back of that jail where somebody be waiting for you with about 15 guns. Sorry. So I let the other men know that you not gonna unalive this woman and then you go into jail and you really fuck who you really wanted to fuck the whole time. Go to goddamn hell. I'm sorry, I am triggered real bad. Damn right. This is not no church. We don't do that. Lord, forgive me for my sin after I done went over there and did the fucking most. Now, that girl got 3 children that's gonna have to grow up without their motherfucking mama, and I'm supposed to care about you? That's why I said earlier in the live, I'm sorry, y'all. I am. That people don't see their monster. People don't see their damn monster. The only thing they worried about was the person that caused them the pain. But they don't want to see, all right, goodbye, Doom Guy. Goodbye. Have a good day. Goodbye. I don't know why somebody spend time in my chat telling me that it's still no content. Go where the content at. Because you one of them guys, you weak bitch. You one of them ones. I can feel your energy through the phone. I don't give a fuck. If you come through this live and you thinking about hurting a woman because she's hurt you emotionally, then you are not grown. You ain't even got no business fucking. You ain't got no business even having sex, because if you can't control your emotions, then you don't need to be sexing anybody. That is something that a 6-year-old boy would be going through. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't understand. This shit that men folks do, and we talk about women some days, but we talking about men right now. This shit that men folks do is not okay. And then they get in circles and they talk about it like it's okay. You are looking like a little girl inwardly. And don't even know it. You think that you're being a man. You just told Cheryl Grabowski that inwardly you are a child. That you know damn well if you go over here and unalive this damn woman, that you gonna go to prison, but you want to fuck in prison anyway. You mad with her because she want another lover, because she really don't connect to you. Let's get into it. Let's break down the layers. She really don't connect to you anyway because you're not good in bed anyway. You don't even know what to do with her body. So yeah, she be attracted to somebody else. So she go over there, and it done rubbed up against your insecurities and what you really want to do, because your trauma done caused you, like you same gender loving. So you want to kill her so you can go into prison and fuck the way that you want to. Go to hell. I'm tired. I'm saying I'm not that person. I'm sorry. I can't. It's annoying. It's annoying. Now it needs to be some talks about men that know that you get ready to do a life sentence, and you feel like you standing on business because you unalive her, when really the whole point is that now you want a license to fuck men. So you gone and kill her. So you know your ass ain't getting out of jail. So you could be in there, well, I got a life sentence. You got an excuse to do what you've been wanting to do the whole goddamn time. Go to hell. Sorry. Tired of it. It's just stupid. If they had, Poopy Pie, I didn't know you was here. I didn't know you was here, girl. It's annoying. I'm tired of these damn men killing these women. And not only do they unalive them, girl, they power on them with the gun. Your gay ass. Go get you some damn ding-a-ling and leave her the fuck alone. It's annoying. Fuck wrong with you? Go fuck the way you want to fuck. Sorry. Somebody got to say it. I'm done. All these damn women being killed by men. Nigga, go do what you want to do. Fuck wrong with you? You big ass faggot. Get on my nerves. Sorry. Oh. Damn, I ain't mean to get triggered this morning like that. Poopy Pie, what you say? If they had no context, they should stop typing and listen for me. It's annoying. And so I'm sorry, y'all. I done got triggered real bad, but I'm serious. This shit is crazy. They shouldn't be having all that after talking a life. They shouldn't be having all that after taking a life. Show shouldn't, Poopy Pie. Boss Man News talking about Grabowski. I love it. Teaching, keep it up. Listen, I'm done. Like, go fuck. I'm serious. I'm done. It does not make sense for a man to take a gun and unalive a woman because she cheated. That don't make sense to me. There's got to be a deeper issue here. Then you're going to sit on that Facebook and then you're going to pray and ask God to forgive you. And then you put a warning up there, girl. Then you put a warning up there and say, Nikki, this what happened. So the conversation kind of evolved on the live. Raptor, you can drop the attitude. Chat moves fast and things get lost. Don't get rude. Right. So the conversation kind of evolved, right? We didn't start here. We just ended here this morning. I mean, we've gotten here. So I mentioned about a man that I listened to on Facebook, but it happens all the time on social media where men are unaliving women. They are shooting them with powwows. They are, because of, in my opinion, emotional pain. And me and a friend of mine, we talked yesterday about this. He said because of ego, a lack of emotional intelligence. He said that is the reason why they do it. And so that's how we got here. But when I watched the video, it was just too much for me. So now I'm just discussing what the real problem is. What could it be? It cannot just be because you are bruised emotionally and you don't know what to do. What is the bruise about? Who bruised you? Like when you find out that she's cheating, because he did talk too about she wasn't cooking him food and stuff like that's not your goddamn mama. Your wife is not your mother. She can cook for you if she so desires to, like, because a lot of women don't cook. So before you got with her, did you make sure that she was one of those cooking women? Or were you trying to parent her? Were you trying to boss her around? And it's so many layers to it. It's just annoying. But what I'm saying is, my trigger came in with knowing that this person, this man, decides to unalive his woman. He knows that if he unalived this lady, because he telling Facebook, and then he went on to do it, and then he prayed and asked God to forgive him. So if he knows that he's gonna do this, he know he gonna go to prison. Like this. So why couldn't you just walk away from that woman? Because now if you unalive her, you're not gonna be with any more women. You're gonna be with men. Could it be that that's what you want? Could it be that you wanted to be in a place where there was all women, all men? You never really even wanted that woman to begin with. And when she cheated on you, that triggered you for whatever reason why that you don't like women. And then you go on and unalived her. And the problem is that you want to be with men any motherfucking way, but you ain't did no introspection. You ain't went deep enough to even see that that's really what's going on underneath, that maybe something happened to you. And you are really same gender loving, and that whenever you had a woman, you always used her, you always abused her, you always was combative with her, and you finally unalive one so you can go and be with all the damn men. That's what I'm saying, because it doesn't make sense. And it's not just one case. There's multiple cases, unfortunately. Honey, it's a lot. It's like an epidemic. It's a lot of cases. I've been watching it, and I was like, what? And I've been talking to different men that I know and asking them, why are men powwowing women with guns? If a person is mentally ill and mentally immature, then that person should be left alone and not given the time of day. Swaggy C says, so you say it's her fault because she entertained him? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? God forbid she had a depression season and needed her partner to carry the load for us. Yeah, just in case she going through something. She's not a perfect person. Like Poopy Pie just said, she might have some mental health stuff going on. And the only thing, his only resolve is to go get a powwow and unalive her? It's not that simple, Swaggy. A lot of these people deceive people into relationship. Thank you for saying that, Ruth. I was going to say that, but I'm glad you said it. You know what I'm saying? Because the person appears in your life with these facade and these masks, of course. Everybody puts their best foot forward. You might see some red flags in there. I'm not saying it was her fault. Okay, Swaggy. Okay. Everybody puts their best foot forward. Then once you get in there, you know what I'm saying? Because people can hold it. Some people say folks can only hold it down for 6 months. No. It's some people that can wear that mask way longer than 6 months. I'm talking about, there's some people that can wear that mask for 2-3 years. Okay, you're in there. And you saw some red flags, but you know, nobody's perfect. I'm just saying. Now, women shouldn't cheat in a monogamous relationship. They should not do that, right? But I don't feel like, this is my personal opinion. Everybody got their opinion. I don't feel like, but if she does, then that equates to you going to get your powwow and you unaliving her. And then you getting on Facebook and you're documenting it and you're justifying it and you're praying and you're asking God to forgive you. This shit is crazy. But eventually a person's true intentions come out. Eventually they're going to slip up and start displaying red flags. I know. You might see a red flag 2 or 3, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think anybody, who believes that a person is going to go that far. It's just crazy. But by that point, all their tricks have gotten into your head and pulled you down. Because there's a bonding, like Ruth is saying, there's a bonding that's going on between you and that person. There's love there. You know what I'm saying? That's your person. You've married the person. You've made a vow, a commitment, and an oath. And even though she cheated, so I don't know all about how she cheated, or you know what I'm saying. I don't know the details of that. He didn't say that, but it's a lot of them that do it, and it's just it's pissing. It just makes me mad. You know. They have mechanisms to control you. Evil lives in the woman's heart. Evil lives in, there is a lower nature in every human. You sound like one of those men that would unalive women. That comment is not appropriate. Evil lives in lower consciousness, is a part of every human. You understand? We could be the devil or we could be the God. We can be both. So when you say evil lives in a woman, that is toxic all by itself, and that idea helps men to take guns and powwow women. Even that Brerain Laundry Gabby, he was too cowardly to face justice. I don't know that person. Being cheated on is not a reason to unalive someone, for sure. It is not. But if you don't know what to do with your emotions, and if you got these mental illnesses and all these other things that you got going on, you know what I'm saying? It's terrible, y'all. I hate it really bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just awful. So, his parents helped him get a gun and end himself during the manhunt. Why would his parents do something like that? They all sound crazy. They all sound crazy. Oh my God. I'm just saying, like, ooh. A lot of women are choosing to be single and live their best lives outside of relationships, y'all. I don't know if white women are going through what black women are going through. I don't know. I haven't asked. What do y'all think? Do y'all think white women as well as black women and other women experience a lot of this too? Because all of the ones that I've seen are black people. What do y'all think about that? But I despise it. And I really feel like absolutely all women, that these men need to just be put to death. I think it's harder for my black friends and POC friends for sure. Okay. I've seen it in every race. Okay. I don't know, because I don't really have white friends. I have, Rosemary is a friend of mine, but she was my coach and she's white. I'll call her and see how she feel about that. I'm sure all women are experiencing these tragedies, unfortunately. It just seems like all the ones I've seen are black. There was just one case. Oh my God, it was so terrible. So obviously the man is a narcissist. He has a main woman. But it happens to black women at a much higher rate. Okay. So he had this main woman, very attractive woman, and he was cheating with her with this other lady who is a content creator. She was single. She was fabulous. She dressed her children really good. She took her children on expensive vacations and everything. But what she did was, Gabby Petito was a little white girl. Oh, Petito was a little white girl. Okay. So what she did was, she let the main woman know, she's not the wife, let the main woman know that her man had been with her, right? And then she went and did a Facebook Live and talked about it. Honey. Okay, so then he got pissed off real bad. So she moved maybe an hour and a half away. Do y'all not know that man found out where she was? She had stopped seeing him and everything. His mind told him to go where she was with a great big gun and go live. So he walked in the house. The door wasn't even locked. Even though she moved away, she didn't have her door locked. So he walked through the house with a great big gun. And he told her to go live while pointing the gun at her. And then she started begging him. She said, please, no, no. And he was talking about the situation. No, you wanted to be Facebook famous. He kept saying, you wanted to be Facebook famous while having like a shotgun. I'm talking about not no little one, a great big one. You wanted to be Facebook famous. Oh, you could see her. Like she's on the live. You could see and you could hear the terror in her face and in her voice. And he's standing there, and she tilt the camera a little bit so you can see him, and he's standing there over her with the gun. She's sort of like on a mattress because she wasn't even all tighted in yet. And honey, after a while, he tells her brother, because the brother is in there, and the mother is outside, and the police done came. They outside, but they're not gonna come in there because he's holding the gun. Honey, he told the brother to get out. So somebody is outside the house doing a Facebook live, and we see on another live how the brother ran out that door. I mean, he ran for his entire life and left his sister in there with the gunman with the gun. Honey, she begged him and she begged him, and honey, he finished the job. That was crazy. It was so crazy. I felt so terrible. For her name was Renetta. If y'all can look it up, Renetta Unalived on Facebook. You probably, the videos probably are still up. But I was so outside of myself because I'm just like, oh dude, no. You know you getting ready to go into this prison. You're not coming out. You know that when you decide to unalive Renetta, that the woman that you had been with, even though she mad and y'all broke up or whatever, but he probably could have gotten back with her or whatever, but it wasn't about that. My thing is, this is the logic of these men. I'm gonna stand on business when you cheat on me, and I'm gonna unalive you, and then I'm willing to go in that prison until I pass away so I can have sex with the other men, because that's what I really want. Underneath all the layers, that's what I really want. I can't live the life that I really want to out here. And obviously, my main woman, I'm cheating on the other woman. Like, why am I even cheating? Why am I doing that? Am I not satisfied with any woman? No, you're not. You're actually not. And what you really want is behind them bars. And that's why they do it. The police was there and did nothing about it. The police can't go inside the house with an active shooter. You see that on and when you watching television, like the news, they're not going inside the house. They knew he was in there. They're not going in there. He unalived her while they were outside, and then he put the gun down and walked outside. They arrested him. Yes. Ruth says, holler to that. Yes. If it starts out, it starts with out family, how are we meant to learn when it's been out forever? Poopy pie. Dude was walking through Walmart holding an assault rifle. Everybody avoided him like a skunk. Who? Isn't it crazy that people who are closeted like that usually got CSA? What that mean? What is CSA? What's up, William? It's just crazy. I want to be the poster person for childhood sexual assault. Okay. I want to be the poster person to say, if you're willing to unalive women, knowing that you're going in that jail, then what you really want is behind bars. It has nothing to do with your emotions. It might have something to do with your emotions. It might. But subconscious wise, your monster is sabotaging you to the point that it wants to. Oh, okay. Well, look, but no, he didn't want to. No, he want that. He didn't want the cops to finish him. That's not what he wanted. He wanted to get into that jail. No, He put the gun down before he even walked outside. Because if he wanted the cops to get him, he would have not put the gun down. You know what I'm saying? And they would have came in the house after hearing the gunshots of him unaliving her. It was a mutual agreement. Oh, wow. I had a man smash my head and break a window on the door, and they took me in. Good God, poopy pie. Oh, my star. Now, I ain't never went through nothing like that. What? Girl. I'm sorry y'all experienced that. That's terrible. Honey. I'm telling you, honey, we got a conversation going on. Unaliving a woman just to be with men in jail sounds like crazy. Well, but see, that wouldn't be something that's in his conscious mind. That would be something that's below in him, in his subconscious mind. He don't understand that the lower level of him or the subconscious is sabotaging him and trying to get him to the place with the people that he really want to be with. It's terrible, y'all. People need to heal. I swear. The only time I got arrested was him lying to them. I totally get it. He was like lobbing pans around and smashing glasses, and they took me. Damn, sister, did you know you have a very... All right. Ooh. God will do a lot to deny their homosexuality. Yeah, they will. And then they saw all the bruises the next day when I was in the mental ward and asked if I wanted to press charges. Like, bro, I want it out of this mental ward. Like, what? Yeah, they'll do a lot. They'll create all kind of scenarios until the point where they're desperate enough to unalive a woman so that they can get in there to be with their men. When all you have to do is just to be your damn true self. That's it. So this channel is about those kinds of things. We talked earlier about the monster. The monster is you, the lower you, sabotaging you, trying to get you to listen to it, and it'll do whatever it has to do to get what it wants. So anyway, mental health is by Max. Time out, 24 hours. Goodbye. At least I could sleep peacefully in there. The system is screwed, and they do definitely are smart at flipping it on the victim. But the thing about it is, let me speak on that, about flipping it on the victim. When the police show up, no matter how emotionally dysregulated you are, you have to calm down. Whoever is crying and screaming and all of that, and you might have a reason to be like that, they are going to take into custody. You have to calm down. You have to calm down. Yeah. I know that for sure. I've called the police several times. And whoever is that dysregulated person is going to jail. You have to, because they're not, I mean, they come in there acting like robots. As a bisexual, I understand how hard it is to come out of the closet. Okay. Yeah, yeah, William, but not to the point where you ready to unalive a woman because she is a woman, and you know, you don't want her, but then you get mad when she don't want you. It is crazy work. It is. And I feel like y'all said not so much. The African American culture, I feel like we just deal with it a lot worse. He used to like, right. He was thinking. He used to like immediately calm down his tone and act out high and mighty. Yeah, well, he got to put on the performance for the police. That's how you can tell he narcissistic. That's how you can tell he narcissistic. He flipped the whole thing on you. Yeah. What broke me the most was screaming, asking neighbors for help while bleeding, and they just go inside and act like you're not there. Oh my God, that was terrible. That's terrible. Okay, we got a lot going on in this chat this morning. I was so shocked how much the police could see and do nothing. Yeah, what does I've been skipping over it, but what does YH mean? I don't know what it means either. Am not justifying it. People who are capable of that are horrible human beings. I think so too, because in all of the shit that I've been through in my life, I've never wanted to unalive anybody. I've been through breakups. I've been through emotional pain. I done been through all that shit. I don't want to unalive you. I don't even want to put a bruise on you. I don't want to hit you. Go away. That's what I want. I want you to go away, and I'm gonna go away. Bye. Yeah, bye. No, unalive you for what? I remember shaking in a ball in a city while he screamed at full pitch at me, and everybody just walked by. Oh my God, I hate that. Like, dude had a record of battery, and they still believe him because of his demeanor. You were the one in your emotions. Yeah, yes. Oh, okay. They protecting their own kind. That's true. Because again, let's get into it. The police are narcissists. The police are narcissists. Telling you right now, they are lacking empathy. I don't feel like policing is a job that empathetic people aspire to do. I don't. I was unconscious by the time they... Oh, good God, Poopy Pie. Damn. I didn't know you had gone through all of that, girl. That unaliving, beating folks up, like, what? I never wanted to unalive anyone either after a breakup, and I have never unalived anyone. Normal people just don't do those kinds of things after a breakup or divorce. Now, listen, let me tell y'all something of my personal experience. That first divorce that I went through with my children's dad, I think something like that could have happened between us. I think he could have, I think he wanted to, I think he contemplated it with me, but I just knew to, I just did that thing that Scorpio people do, okay? Not even now. I know a lot about, my Scorpio, my energies, and about my birthday suit, how I come in the world, different things that are, about me. But I did those things without knowledge. So I just cut him off. You know what I'm saying? If I knew, I didn't talk to him on the phone. I didn't call him and ask him for help with the children. I avoided him like he was the plague. I just drew a line in the sand and I just turned him black. They say narcissists do this. But that's what I did. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I knew that he had lost his mind at that point, that he was going to experience. Now, I know the terminology for it now. I didn't know it then, but I knew that he would collapse then. That's the word I used then. But now I learned that it's called narcissistic mortification. That the fantasy that he was in, that once it ended, the reality of the fact that he had lost me and the children. And I knew that he would lose his mind. I knew that. We hadn't been separated since I was 11 years old. And he walked out, he left around the time, between I was 33 and 34. So I knew that. So he was very, 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 very unstable. Very. He had been a terror to me and the kids. He had been narcissistic. He was selfish as fuck. He gaslit. It was terrible. Like, I'd gone through so much. I came down with an autoimmune disease at 24 from the stress of being with him. It was terrible. And when I did what empathic Scorpios do that day, I drew the fucking line. I just drew it. And I didn't care what happened. I didn't care. I just went no contact. And I didn't know about no contact. I did all of this. When I got to learning about narcissists and all the moves that you make, I saw my life on pages of books. I had done every bit of it without any knowledge at all. I did no contact. Okay? I cut him off completely. And he showed up one day at my house. The police had taken all the keys. He showed up at the house. I was taking a midday nap. The children were in school. The sun was shining. He used the key to come right through the front door, which he would be in the foyer. And I made my dining room into a sitting room, but right at the entrance of it. So the foyer was, when you walk into the foyer, it was an open dining room. So right there at the entrance, I put a couch there, but it faced the wall. Do you see what I'm saying? So when he walked into the foyer, he was behind me because the couch was facing the back of the couch was facing the foyer, and the front of the couch was in front of me was the wall. So while I lay there in a nap, I hear something, but I don't open my eyes immediately. I'm about to wake up, but when I finally wake up and turn, because I'm facing this way, but when I turn that way and look up, because I'm laying down on the couch, he's standing over me with a foamy mouth. The mouth was foamed out on both sides, this side and that side. And I looked that up, and that happens to people that have a mental breakdown. But anyway, at that point, it was so terrifying. Imagine it. He's behind me. He's been begging me to come back. He's been leaving messages, but I don't respond. He's been showing up at one of my son's basketball games, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? So I just avoided him altogether. So he's standing there. He took all the vehicles from the house. He took them all. We had like 5 vehicles. He took them all. He brought barbers down from the barbershop. They got into each vehicle and they drove off with every car. So I was catching a taxi to work, $66 one way in those days, and $66 back. And, you know, a couple of people from the church had asked me, well, my family didn't help me at all with the transportation. They didn't realize what I was going through. And so I caught some rides with a couple of people. Pastor Cheryl, one guy calls me one day on my phone, one of the musicians. Do you need a ride? I'm not working right now. I could take you wherever you need me to take you. So when my husband showed up, that's what he said. I saw you in the car with that man. Why were you in the car with that man? He said. Right? What would you do? I don't have no teaching on narcissism. I don't even know what this is at the time, right? I was 33. I'm 54 now. So with with a quiet voice, I say to him, very calm, because I'm looking up at him. He's about to pounce on me any fucking second. Any second, I could see his hands around my neck. My husband was big, strong, dark, muscular, kicked my ass with no effort. Like, I'm getting ready to die. It wouldn't have been nothing for him to unalive me with his bare hands. Nothing. Okay, so I turn around and I say to him, what are you talking about? He said, I saw you. Why are you with that man? Why? You know what I'm saying? I said, well, you took all the cars. You took all the cars. I said, are you okay? You took all the cars. How am I supposed to get to work? It costs $66 to work one way. I can't keep on paying for taxis. Anyway, I talked him down. He left. But what I'm saying is, I was in that situation. Now, I could have said easily, what the fuck you doing in my house? You were supposed to give the police all the keys. Why do you still have a key? But I didn't. I read the room. I knew as an empathic person exactly what to say. I knew exactly how to say it. I knew exactly how to respond. And I didn't play with that man. I didn't play with his feelings. I didn't play with, even though I had all the right to play with him as I saw fit. He was already playing with me. He was already molesting people. He was already having multiple lovers. He was already doing all of that the whole time. Why are you standing here asking me, why am I riding with this man when obviously I'm riding with him because I don't have transportation? And why are you asking me this when you're already sleeping around with other people? Why are you even talking to me? But see, this is what narcissistic people do. They cannot see themselves or the fucking monster. They can't. The only thing that they can see is you. That's it. They can't see the bullshit that they do. They'll be standing in your face asking you, what the fuck are you doing, when they are doing 10 to 20 to 30 times worse than what you are doing. And they are willing to unalive you for a fraction of what they're doing to you. That shit is crazy, because you do what I say, you don't do what I do. In a narcissistic person mind, I tell you, boy, that mental illness is off the chain. I'm glad you're out of that, Cheryl. They project their insecurity and their cheating onto you. Exactly. Even after him giving up the keys, it might have been wise to still change the locks as a precaution. And I wasn't that wise yet. The officer that came to serve him and to get the keys, serve him the restraining order and get the keys, I ain't even gonna tell y'all what he did. That's why I said police officers are narcissists. So anyway, I'm 33. I'm green as fuck. The only thing I do is church and children and work. I'm really green. I'm not like I am now. I wasn't the way that I am now then. Oh my God. So anyway, he says to me that day that he served my husband and took the keys, he said, I'll change your locks, right? So I'm thinking it's procedure. I don't know. So he said, I'll change your locks. And I said, oh, okay. He said, I'll be back later. And I said, oh, okay. And so about 10 o'clock, the officer pulls up to my house in SUV officer truck. He pulls up to the house and he said, where are your children? And I said, they're upstairs. Their bedrooms are upstairs. They're asleep. And I said, I thought you wasn't coming because it's gotten late. And so he says, I said, where are the locks? He said, and he's already started walking around, because when you walk in the foyer, the steps are to the left where you just go upstairs. So he's in the foyer, and then like I told y'all, that sitting room is to the right. That it was a dining room that turned into a sitting room. But if you keep straight, you go into the family room, the bathroom, and then you come back around into the kitchen, back into that sitting room that used to be the dining room. So it's like a full circle. So he's already started walking around. So he's looking. He turned the kitchen door, which leads into a two-car garage, and kind of peeks down there. Shut the door. When he comes back into where I'm standing, because I'm still in the foyer, and I'm feeling kind of weird at this point, like something is not right. So when he comes back, he grabs me round the waist and pulls me close to him, and I put my hand in his chest and pull back, and he said, oh, did I do something inappropriate? I said, you did. Get out of my house. You told me you were going to change the locks. He said, listen, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. So the officer came back to see me. He never intended to change the locks. And then soon after that, my husband showed up acting crazy. So anyway, y'all, back in those days, it was just a lot going on. It was a lot. I said, damn, you can't even trust the police. Shake my head. You could really be helping somebody, because someone probably going through that right now. I'm telling you, I'm trying. I'm serious. Oh, that's so sad. Much love. The police won't protect you a lot. I mean, it was terrible. That's when I really, what's up, Katrina? That's when I really, said, damn, like, the police came here. He wanted to exploit me and take advantage of my emotional vulnerability. I'm just breaking up with my husband, because when he came to serve the restraining order, he and I talked, and just looking back now, I'm 54 now, you know what I'm saying? I've gone through a lot of life since those days. He was looking at a woman in distress, a young woman with children, a nice looking woman. I was beautiful. I'm beautiful now, but I was really beautiful. That day I had on a blue wraparound dress, and summertime, so I had on a black little sandal. I remember what I had on because I was feeling beautiful that day. I didn't know all of that was going to happen, and he's probably just standing there looking at me like, damn, this woman is really attractive, and she's going through, so she's vulnerable right now, so I'm gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a piece of her. Like, she just told me that her husband was a pastor. She's the first lady. She's a church woman too. Oh yeah, I'm coming back. But he smoked him a little trees before he came back, because he smelled like weed, and he was still in his police uniform, still driving the police car, on duty, smoking weed, coming to just terrible. Those days was terrible, honey. It was a lot going on. And I would go on to struggle so many years after that point, because I didn't even know what narcissist was at the time. Of course, I needed narcissistic abuse counseling. I needed a support system. My family didn't know what it was I was going through. They didn't know about narcissism. So for the next 15 years, I did the best I could. But I was in survival mode for all of those years. For all of those years until I met my coach about 6 years ago, I still was in survival for all of those years. And my children suffered greatly, right along with me. Yes, how do they look at people so vulnerable and just act unempathetic, craziness, man, crazy? Because he was going to exploit it. He was going to exploit me. He was going to use my greenness, my unawareness, and my emotional pain to seduce me. He didn't see any of that. He just saw an opportunity to to do what he wanted to do. Yep, therapy is a must. Yes, therapy is a must. So if you come by this live today and whatever, if you've gone through narcissistic abuse, you need therapy and introspection. You just don't come out. If you break up with a narcissist and you've gone through, because they alter your brain, it is brain damage. Do y'all know that? I will never get that brain that I had before I met him. And I come out of a narcissistic home. I've been dealing with narcissism my entire life. And yes, my brain is broke. It is. It does not recover from that. You know, if they probably look at my brain outside of my skull, you can actually see it. What is the percentage of people who feel in the world are narcissists? Oh, shit. It's way up there, baby. It's way up there. When it comes to America, our society here, we're 90% narcissistic. It is an epidemic. We don't know, I mean, everything, television, everything. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a part of us. Do you go to therapy right now? I do. I had a coach, a life coach, and I do continual therapy every day. I do introspection every day. I tell y'all all the time that I don't watch television, mostly because of the impact that narcissistic abuse and how I've been impacted by it, and I'm steadily healing my nervous system. It's just a lot. So I'll be recovering for the rest of my life, right? Because I spent most of my life in survival mode. I've only been out 6 years. 90%, yes. Yes, it is, and a lot of people hide it. So be careful, guys. Yes, they do. Narcissistic tendencies are rapidly increasing. It feels never ending, and you have to have learned to adjust to your new brain and sometimes fight every day. That's right. And that's why I talk to you guys about new pathways in the brain. Like, I grew up in a narcissistic family. I was groomed in narcissism. You understand what I'm saying? I was groomed, and I chose a narcissistic husband, right? Not realizing what it was. But it was, you could say it like this. Narcissists all look different, right? There's no certain look, but they all vibrate on the same frequency. So it's energy. It's the energy that I was used to. When the first person you should love you, when the first person who should love you don't, how can you have standards for romantic love in yourself? Exactly. And so if you are raised that way, and now when I look back at my first husband, he has everything that has ever been written about narcissism is a stapler for his whole person that he is. He is 1000% a narcissist. But I know his story, and I know why he is a narcissist. Do you see what I'm saying? So, I mean, we knew each other as children, and everybody always looked at us and said, why are you with him? Because my image was so different than his, and people were baffled. Why are you with him? You know what I'm saying? Even everything about me. Why are you with him? Well, he's everything that I've always known. I couldn't have said that then, and I didn't say that then. I just said I love him. Do you see what I'm saying? How can they? There is no real connection with a narcissist. It is always transactional. And when I began to evolve and grow as a person, I remember those days. My coach just said to me the other day, she said, "Cheryl, your transformation is remarkable. I don't understand even how you ended up being the person that you are now with your background," right? But so if we rewind time back to those days when I was 33, I had around 30, I started to change. And so when I started to change, I remember in great detail, like I should write about it, three things that I said that I would start doing with him. I didn't know that he was a narcissist. I just knew him at that point all my life, pretty much, because I met him when I was 10, and he had been around me ever since he was 11, and since I was 11. So, number one, I will not allow you to spend my money the way that you want to anymore. No access to my money. I will not listen to you. See what I'm saying? The narcissistic relationship is that of a parent-child. So he was my parent, I was the child, and if he disagreed with what I said, then I went with his logic. I canceled mine out every time and did what he said. So the parent-child relationship ended. This is without me even learning about narcissism. These are the things that I said that I wouldn't do anymore. You're not going to spend my money. I will not listen to you anymore. And I will not, it was something else. It was something else. Oh, it had to do with the church. It had to do with the church. So when it came to the church, the way that he wanted to run things in there, I changed my mind. So I just would go with my own thinking. And when I did that, my life changed. My children's lives started changing, and the people around me, their lives started to change because I just wouldn't listen to him. He had a narcissistic brain, y'all. He was a 5-year-old inwardly, emotionally, and I would always go through. My children would be suffering, and the people around us would be suffering because everybody does what the narcissist wants. Everybody cares about what the narcissist is doing. Everybody regulates the narcissist's emotions. Everybody is there to validate them. That's how it works. And I stopped doing it. And I was his main supply. So with me being his main supply and I stopped doing it, he crashed. He started crashing inside the relationship. And so I could verbalize it this way now. I couldn't have said it like that then, but since now. So when I started in narcissism, I saw my whole life on the pages of books. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I had my life as a reference to everything that I had experienced. And so I just stopped. I just stopped it. I cut him off. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know about narcissists, so I didn't know that narcissists can change. So I didn't cut him off to end the marriage. I cut him off so that he would change. I cut him off to teach him a lesson. And I cut him off because I wanted him to love and support me the way that I had always done him. And I didn't know that he wasn't capable of that. And my mother told me, she told me one day, and I laughed. She said, "He's going to leave you." And I said, "He's not going to leave me." We've been together since we were children. We've accomplished so many goals together. Everything that he's ever wanted, I made sure he had. I went without so that he would have. He's not going to leave me. I've confronted my fears for him. I've put myself on the back burner for him. I've even put him ahead of the children. He's not going to leave. And when I cut off his supply, he left. He left, just like she said. It's wild how they can have their friends trained too without their friends ever seeing a tiny instance of it. All this guy mates would have never believed it. They were tiny. The church turned against me. Not our local church, not the little church that we had, but the parent church. They turned against me and they believed everything that he said. It was terrible. Not only was I going through narcissistic abuse, but I lost my social group. I'm almost curious to know what that man is doing now these days. He passed away last year in June. He died at 57 with a new wife and 2 children. Is there a test people get to say that they're narcissists, like blood work? Um, no, I mean, most narcissists never get diagnosed. You have your life of what you went through. That is the biggest test of what you've been through as the person, the main supply of the narcissist. That is really the evidence that you were with one, right? I mean, you can have two toxic people, but that's not the same as a person with MPD, because it's pathological. They cannot stop doing those things that they do. They can't stop it. You know what I mean? Oh wow, I was going to ask that. So, but you can say, for instance, I follow this narcissist on YouTube. His name is Leon. He was in the military, so he was forced to go into therapy or he lose his ranking, and that's when he found out he was a grandiose narcissist. Yes, I think I was before the stuff you saying add up. What do you mean? Actually, the narcissist test is pretty simple, but they will never seek help as they think nothing is wrong with them. They have a personality disorder that they cannot control it. Yes. Jesus. Would you say that he was just a narcissist or also a sociopath as well? I think he could have had an overlapping situation. It was grave. It's the saddest thing to know that I raised my children along with him, but like I come from a narcissistic family. Do you see what I'm saying? So some of that stuff was normal to me. Some of it was. And my children are greatly affected by it. 2 of my children are severely damaged. As a veil over their perception. Ooh. Actually, narcissists are just smarter. I think I was with a narcissist in a relationship before. Oh, really? I hate that for you. It's time to detangle their issues sometimes so much cohabitating. It's hard to detangle their issues. What's up? Hello. Okay, so Kevin says, I'm like this for a reason. Okay. Sociopaths are like they are for a reason. Just because you was hurt don't mean that it's okay for you to hurt people. So don't say that. My dad gave me 1%, so when my dad gave me 3%, I accepted it. Yeah. My part. Yeah. I mean, they hardly even thought. It doesn't sound like it. Yeah. So it's an epidemic here, y'all. So we see it everywhere. You see it on jobs. You see it with relatives. You see it with couples. You know, it's a lot. I feel like that's why some empaths, that humbly. Oh, okay. Good morning, Alvin. Good morning. I feel like that's why some empaths, after going through the being damaged so bad by the narcissistic abuse, you just choose to live your life so simple. You don't want to be with crowds anymore. You don't like small talk anymore. You're healing. It took a long time to get that way, so it takes a long time to unwind it. I found you a month ago, Cheryl. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you too for being here. That is interesting. I appreciate you sharing your story with us. Oh, you're welcome. Your emotions are so raw. I find it hard not to be authentic now. I know. I was really good supply for the narcissist. Partly because I'm highly emotional. You talk about your kids made me cry. Oh, it makes me cry too. I cry less nowadays. It's 2 of them that I cry for. I mean, it's hard to deal with those days, those chapters, right? Because when I go back in those chapters, those emotions I still feel. And because the damage is done and I can't go back and undo it because life is not that way, that now it's my children's responsibility to heal their own wounds. And by the way, they all have started. They've been on a journey for a while. I just hope that they make it. And sometimes we have bad days. Sometimes we crash. Sometimes I'm in burnout because of the trauma that's still left. Sometimes I don't want to engage. Sometimes they don't want to engage. Sometimes, it's just different. Sometimes we sit around each other and we love on each other a whole lot. Sometimes we cry. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Good morning, Julia Gaza. What do you understand a narcissist to be? Maybe this will help people understand who a narcissist. This is actually a really interesting topic. Well, we've been talking about that all morning. I've been here for a while. Narcissists are damaged people. They're critically selfish. It's a lot of things that they do. They don't really love you. They're not capable of love. It is very sad. It is very overwhelming at times, knowing it's your forever scars, girl. God knows that sounds that sounds like a book, boo. Forever scars. People don't understand that. That's a good way to say it, honey. Forever scars. People say, "Oh, Cheryl, I've healed. You should be healed from that." I can't be healed of it. When I look at it, I'm loving it, the scars that they have and the scars that I have, and watching them interact, make choices and decisions in life, seeing some of their monsters, watching the self-sabotage happen in them, and then my arms are not, like, I can't fix it. Do you understand? Like, I can't. It doesn't work like that. They're the only ones now. Even if I gave them a scar, right? It's their scar. They have to heal it. Now, I'm on this side as a supportive mother, as supportive as I can be, but I'm sensitive. And now, you see what I'm saying? But we have no choice but to fight. That's right. Ooh. It is very overwhelming at times. That is so overwhelming. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So for healed mothers, right? For us mothers who have done shadow work now, and because I've introduced this to my family, not just my children, this is generational. This is abroad, right? Friends too, people that I grew up with, because I have a channel, right? I'm live on Facebook and different places, and people in my real life, right? So, yeah, everybody started their journey. I feel Era's presence in the box, and occasionally we still hit it no matter how small. Yeah. Because this thing right here, once this thing happens, once this ball goes to rolling, it never ceases to roll. What excites me though, the message was in two parts. What excites me though is that there are people who have never experienced these things, and they've never had to come out of survival mode, and that they can make space and understand that people that have gone through what I've gone through and what some of y'all have gone through, just be patient with us and be understanding with us. That's all. That excites me, when I can teach them what they are seeing in others and why. But anyway, y'all, kisses and hugs. Y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all done talk me through my whole morning shift. Yeah, they will never understand that internal emotional turmoil that takes so much of our energy, like a chronic disease fatiguing us mentally and emotionally. But listen, they can understand it theory-wise, that we are not like them, that we have been changed. I mean, our brain is different. Not even to speak of our sensory nervous system is different. You know what I'm saying? For the narcissist and the empath, both. Some people say that the narc and the empath is the same person. Some people say that. I'm talking about the leading people on narcissism. I've heard Sam say it, and I got to come back on a live and show y'all the two people that say it. Both are sensitive. It's just a lot. But both were cooked in the same pot for sure. I do know that. But maybe we'll have a live talking about the empath and the narcissist, because we certainly understand each other. But anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. See y'all later on. Bye, guys.